Hello friends, this is Grishma Gabriel and welcome to my new video. In today's vlog, we are going to three places. The first one is the Bumla Pass or the Indo-China border. The second one is the Sangetsar Lake and the third one is Sangetsar Lake, Ptso Lake. Okay, so let's get started. Four of us are going. Most of the important offices are located here: the ICDS, the block office, the DRDO office, the DFO office, DC's office, DDS's office, agriculture, horticulture, All India Radio office, and many more. This is the Kakikanchang restaurant, one of the famous restaurants in Taiwan. And now we have reached the Air Colony. The place where we live is known as Tapuan Colony or the Trago. Okay. The time is 8:30 now and it's a very sunny day. Try to make a visit to Tawang at least once in your lifetime, because I guarantee you that you will get a positive vibe and a wonderful experience after you will visit this place. It's not about going to certain places, but every point of Tawang has its own unique beauty. We can see many army barracks here because our place is much nearer to the Indo-China border. Our first destination, Bumla Pass, is situated at an altitude above 15,000 feet. It's located approximately 37 kilometers north of the district headquarters at an approximate driving time of 2 hours. Due to its towering elevation, the pass is snowbound for almost the entire year and presents a beautiful view of the Tibetan Plateau as the line of actual control. LAC is a de facto border. There is no border fence at the pass. It's one of the 4 officially agreed Border Personnel Meeting (BPM) points between the Indian Army and the People's Liberation Army of China, where regular meetings are held between the senior officers of the two armies to diffuse phase of the troops. On designated dates, cultural programs are also organized by the two sides, which can be witnessed by people. A special permit is required for visiting Bumla Pass, which can be obtained from the office of the Deputy Commissioner Tawang. After completion of the formalities, it has to be stamped at the brigade headquarters near the War Memorial. As we are going to the Indo-China border, let's talk something about the Tawang and the 1962 Indo-China War. The 1940s witnessed significant geopolitical changes in South Asia with the independence and partition of India in 1947 and the establishment of People's Republic of China (PRC) in 1949. One of the basic policies of the new Indian government was of maintaining cordial relations with China and reviving its ancient friendly ties. As testimony to this, India was among the first nations to grant diplomatic recognition to the newly created PRC. These apparent progressive relations received a major setback in 1950 when the Chinese People's Liberation Army (PLA) annexed Tibet. Relations further deteriorated in 1959 when India granted asylum to the 14th Dalai Lama, who fled to Lhasa after a failed Tibetan uprising against Chinese rule. In 1961, India started sending Indian troops and border patrols into disputed areas as per its forward policy. The aim of this policy was to create outposts behind advancing Chinese troops to interdict their supplies, forcing them north of the disputed line. Various border conflicts and military incidents between India and Tibet flared up throughout the summer and autumn of 1962. In June 1962, Indian forces established an outpost at Dhola on the southern slopes of the Thagla Ridge. Dhola lay north of the McMahon Line, but south of the ridges along which India interpreted the McMahon Line to run. In August, China issued diplomatic protests and began occupying positions at the top of Thagla. On 8 September, a 60-strong PLA unit descended to the south side of the ridge and occupied positions that dominated one of the Indian posts at Dhola. On 20th September, Chinese troops threw grenades at Indian troops and a firefight developed, triggering a long series of skirmishes for the rest of September. full-fledged war broke out on 20th of October 1962 when Chinese troops launched an attack on the southern banks of the Namkachu River on 22nd October. PLA mortars fired on Wallong on the McMahon Line and some 400 Chinese troops attacked the Indian position. The initial Chinese assault was halted by accurate Indian mortar fire. The Chinese then regrouped and launched a second assault. The brave Indian soldiers managed to hold them back for 4 hours, but the Chinese used sheer weight of numbers to break through. On 23rd of October, the Chinese assaulted Bumla with an overwhelming strength of 5 to 600 troops. Subedar Joginder and his platoon of 1 Sikh deployed in the region fought bravely and repelled a series of Chinese attacks. However, once their ammunition finished, they did not surrender, but instead resorted to hand-to-hand battle, during which Subedar Joginder Singh attained martyrdom. For his unflinching devotion to the duty and conspicuous bravery, Subedar Joginder Singh was awarded with the Param Veer Chakra, which was the only Param Veer Chakra awarded during the 1962 war. After October 23rd, there were clashes between Indian and Chinese patrols. However, the Chinese took time off to consolidate their defenses till 16 November. The Chinese offensive commenced on 17 November when they attacked the 4 Garhwal rifles deployed at Nurnang Valley. The battalion beat back 3 Chinese attacks. However, the Chinese broke due to sheer weight of numbers. For their conspicuous bravery, 4 Garhwal rifles was awarded with 2 Mahavir Chakras, 7 Veer Chakras and the battle honoring Nurnang. On 17 to 18 November 1962, the Chinese forces had cut off Sela Pass and by 19 November captured Kaila and penetrated close to the outskirts of Tezpur, Assam, a major frontier town. However, PLA did not advance any further and withdrew with the declaration of a unilateral ceasefire starting from the midnight of 21 November 1962. This was like a short summary of whatever happened in the 1962 Indo-China War. There are more stories, but these are the important ones. At last we have reached here, but I am really sorry, my dear friends. I couldn't shoot some of the portions because videography was prohibited here. Okay, after coming here, what we need to do is we need to take a pass. They will give us a number. We have to wait because you can see so many tourists are here. They will take us in groups, and after reaching the borderline, the army officials will explain everything very clearly, like the history of the war, and they will point to certain places and will tell us about the significance of those points, what incidents took place there, and we can ask our doubts too. And we can also see the Chinese army officials standing beyond that borderline. What we see ahead is the war memorial of Subedar Joginder Singh, who lost his life during the 1962 Indo-China War. Now we are going to Sangetsar Lake, also known as Madhuri Lake. Do you know why it is known as Madhuri Lake? If you don't know, I will answer it in a moment. Have you ever watched the Koila movie that was released on 1997, starring SRK sir and Madhuri ma'am? No SRK fans could ever forget that movie or the wonderful songs in it. Okay, I'll tell you. As Madhuri ma'am won our hearts with her delightful dance in the songs Dekha Tujhe To and Tanhai Tanhai, which were shot here, that's why this place is known as Madhuri Lake. Let's take a glance at the history of Sangetsar Lake. The history of Sangetsar Lake is that it used to be an open pasture where shepherds from nearby villages used to get their flocks to graze in the higher parts of Himalayas during summers. But after a devastating earthquake in 1971, which resulted in the lake being formed, the falling rocks, boulders, and trees during the earthquake gave birth to this beautiful lake. That's why we can see a lot of tree stumps in the lake, which enhances the charm of the lake. The beauty of this place is just beyond our imagination. One must come here to explore what it is. It's tucked in between the huge mountains, and the pine forests around are really incredible. Sangetsar Lake is a breathtaking combination of rocky mountains and an ever-present lake whose beauty is beyond what pictures or videos could describe. The lake also holds a very special place in the hearts of Buddhists from both India, nearby Tibet and Bhutan, who come here every year to pray. It's common to see lamas offering prayers or meditating near the lake during off-season. Near to the lake we have a cafe, Sangetsar Cafe, which is run by the Indian Army. Inside the cafe we can see many lovely paintings. There is a proper walking track for the tourists to go around the lake. Being a Buddhist place, one needs to always remember to walk in a clockwise direction. The walk takes one over wooden bridges and through the pinewood forest. Peace lovers would definitely love this place. We also brought some food with us. It was the tomato rice made by my mother this morning. It was really delicious. Because of the high altitude, the cool breeze adds to the feel by aiding in the fluttering of the prayer flags. Now we are moving to our third destination, that is Ptso Lake, or the Ptso Lake as it is popularly known. It is situated 20 kilometers north of Tawang town, a shortly 30 minutes drive away. The lake is located in beautiful lush surroundings amongst rhododendron and wildflowers. It's said that with every week, the lake and its surroundings take on a different color, changing significantly. The magnificent symmetrical fir forest of the mountains imparts a green glow to the water of the lake. With the advent of winter, the frozen lake surrounded by snow again becomes a delightful scene. Due to its beautiful setting and an easy accessibility, the lake is a very popular tourist attraction. So today we got a chance to visit 3 most enchanting places in Tawang. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you.